Yeah. What is up? What is happening? Welcome to another episode of Respect the Court. And to all you wonderful basketball fans, as you all well know, the NBA Finals got started yesterday, June 5th, between the Oklahoma City Thunder and the Indiana Pacers. And what started off to be looking like the beginnings of a rout. In these days, though, a 15-point lead really is nothing. OKC controlled the game for about 46, 47 minutes. They controlled the game, and then all of a sudden, here comes Indiana roaring back in the way that they have done so much so throughout this playoff season. And you can tell by my graphic, it's kind of like almost like a Mortal Kombat tournament style type of ladder. You know, here's the Indiana Pacers, fourth best in the East, taking out Giannis and Damian Lillard. Although, of course, we all know Damian Lillard got hurt. But they moved on from the first round to take on the number one seed Cleveland Cavaliers, which now I know they were injured, more or less, but they completely fell apart, which was beyond shocking. Stunning that they only got one game out of that entire series. But confidence is something else. When you go into a situation and you're like, okay, we're here. And then you go from we're here to no, we belong here. And you go from we belong here to, oh, we winning this. Oh, we are winning this. And here we are now. Even before now, hold on now. Of course, you know you had to get through the conference finals. Going through Karl Anthony Towns and Jalen Brunson, which, to everyone's surprise, lost both games at home. Game 1 and Game 2. Actually, same with Cleveland. Game 1 and Game 2. But yeah, you come into someone else's house and just lay it down and just say, yeah, this ain't your home no more. This our home. We coming in. We making ourselves comfortable. We putting our feet up. Open the refrigerator. I'm going to go ahead and get that sandwich. I'm going to get the juice. And get them snacks out. And I'll be comfortably sitting on your couch with my feet up. What's happening? Did that to two teams. Matter of fact, now I'm getting into it now. Here we are. Game number 1 of the NBA Finals. Like I said, it was looking like a sleeper. It was still competitive, but it was a sleeper. And then they came roaring back in the fourth quarter. Came roaring back. Halftime, I believe it was, 37-50, something like that. And I was like, okay, all right. Didn't watch much of the third quarter, but I figured, all right, they're there. But at some point, I came back to the fourth. I'm like, they're too close. We got 6 minutes. Nah, this don't seem right. Like they're still in this. They're too close. And at one point, it went from 99 to 10. Goodness, I don't even remember. 103, 105, 106, and slowly but surely chipping away. And I'm sitting there saying to myself, if OKC can't find a way to get some stops against these guys, I think Indiana might steal this. I really think Indiana might steal this. And so at one point, we look up, on and off, my son and I are watching the game. And at one point, it was 109 to 110. I was like, when did this happen? Like, what? How did they get to within one with this little time left? This is amazing. Let's keep watching. And so we keep watching. And I'm sitting there trying to understand. I'm not an NBA level coach. I'm not a college level coach. I'm not a high school level coach. I probably could teach middle schoolers, elementary age school kids, the basics, right? The fundamentals. I figured I've played enough basketball to at least do that. I can do that. But I'm sitting there wondering to myself, why do you not have your two best rebounders in the game right now? Okay, if they get fouled, so what? at least you will have the chance to secure the ball and at least keep Indiana from having to run a set play. And so I'm looking out there, no Harvenstein, no Holmgren. I'm like, okay, why are we playing small ball right now? You're taking away one of your biggest advantages, which is size. I'm not understanding this. Okay, let's see what happens. SGA brings it down with however many seconds left. It had to be less than 30. And really, if that shot, here's the thing. Even if that shot goes in, they're up by 3. You have Haliburton with the opportunity to tie it. I think at that point, I don't know if they would have made it. But anyway, going back to SGA. Pulls up, doesn't hit. I would have tried to get fouled. I don't know why he was not trying to get a little closer to the rim. Maybe he couldn't. The more I look at the replay, it really looks like he tried, but just couldn't find that angle to really get past and drive to the basket. But even with that shot, that rebound should have been secured. If you at least had one of the two, Harvenstein or Holmgren, you may have had a chance. To get an offensive rebound, pull out, reset, and at that point, they're just fouling you because they have to. There's probably at that point maybe 9 seconds left. I was from a coaching standpoint, I just didn't understand that. And also realizing that when you look at the box score, Indiana was crashing the boards because they knew they were at a size disadvantage. Crashing the boards. Like, I was impressed. Highly impressed by everyone's effort to at least snag 5, 6, 7, 8 rebounds. They were crashing the boards. And I think at some point, I give credit to Coach Carlisle. He's been around. He understands. And he's like, look, if they're going to play small ball against us, go to the boards. Secure the board. Go to the basket. It's that simple. If you don't have somebody camped in the middle who can deflect your shot, who can alter your shot, who can prevent you from driving in as easily and as frequently as you want, then that's what you go for. It makes all the sense in the world. So I just didn't understand OKC's mindset by going small when you had no reason to. No reason to. I know, it gives me flashbacks to when they played against Denver. Same thing. A little lackadaisical at the end, but that's what happens. You got to stay focused for all 48 minutes. But here is this man. This man is just on a mission. Haliburton, that is. On a mission to let everybody know we're not coming anymore. We are taking everything that comes our way. And we're not going to stop until we hoist that Larry O'Brien trophy. Here's the thing. Will they do it? I am still putting my money that OKC will pull this off. I am. I still believe they have more depth than Indiana. Indiana, though, has a frustrating defense, but they have more depth than Indiana. I think after however many days off, I'm not calling it rust. I think it's just you're a little out of sync. But even out of sync, you were ahead for most of the game. Anyway. Adjustments will be made. And we'll see what happens in game 2. Like, unbelievable. How does a man have 4 game-winning shots in one playoff season? That's incredible. I can't recall any time that's ever happened. Ever. In the playoffs. Probably in the last, maybe ever. And if it has, it's been a long time. Buried in the archives of the NBA files somewhere. This is fun. This is incredible. This is fantastic. I'm looking forward to game 2. We'll see. Just coming in, just moving into people's houses and just setting up shop. Like you paying mortgage. I guess you are at this point. Let's see what happens. Catch y'all on the next one. Peace.